Hello again to everybody. It's time also to continue our program. So the topic is the same. It's the future of smart mining, innovations in equipment, technology and social sphere part 2. Let me introduce you to a moderator of this panel, Mr. Tim Boseret. Sorry if I didn't announce it correctly. He's the country director for Bulgaria of UK Department for International Trade. Tim, floor is yours. You can continue communication with your speakers.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Jagoda, and hello everyone online. Thanks for sticking with us till the end of a long and interesting day. So my name is Tim Buistre. I'm the country director with the Department for International Trade in Bulgaria, in Sofia, Bulgaria. My colleague Ross Lund has just finished the previous panel. We work very closely together on mining. My job is essentially to help UK companies to do business in Bulgaria, and we do quite a lot of work in the mining sector across the region. So now I'm delighted to introduce my panel, the last of the day. First up will be John Van Eegen, who is the founder and CEO of Reality Check Systems, a UK company. And then we have Thomas Pratelli, a training and support consultant with Micromine in the UK. And lastly, to keep the Bulgaria-UK connection, we have Lachzar Kirov, an operations manager with Devico in Bulgaria. So not wanting to spend any more time, let's hand over now to John Van Eegen from Reality Check Systems. Thank you, John.
Thank you so much, Tim. Just bear with me while I dial up my slide deck. Right. So thank you, everybody, for taking the time today to join us and hear about some of our solutions for the mining sector. So by way of introduction, my name's John Van Eegen. I'm the founder and CEO of Reality Check. We've built out the tools and cloud infrastructure to facilitate data-augmented virtual site visits to your mines, wherever they happen to be in the world. I'm now going to play you a 30-second video so you can see a bit of what our solution looks like. As you've seen, we combine satellite images, maps, 3D models, drone data, 360-degree video and photo, and augment the interactive experience with additional relevant data to provide a deeply insightful virtual site visit. We're helping the industry build trust with all their stakeholders through transparency, by leveraging material that for the most part, they're already collecting through their core operations and repurposing or recycling it into this transparency and stakeholder engagement tool. Satellite images and maps showcasing important features such as settlements, water courses, ground contours and infrastructure. 3D models from mine planning software, geological models, drone and LiDAR surveys of pit walls, stockpiles and tailings dams, data from existing on-site processes, equipment and sensors, and locally gathered 360-degree videos and photos. We can do all this without having to send any personnel to site. We aim to support a number of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, both directly and indirectly. While we can provide turnkey start-to-finish virtual tour solutions, we strongly encourage our clients to plan and gather the data assets they need locally to site. We provide the training resources to support the use of existing on-site staff or to quickly upskill existing local service providers. This approach directly promotes partnerships, economic development, and social inclusion, as well as contributing to responsible operations, energy, and the environment by reducing the carbon footprint of a site taught to near zero, as well as reducing the risk of COVID and other potential harms from having non-core personnel on site to near zero. Indirectly, by helping the industry build trust through greater transparency, we hope to enhance the chances of the permitting and funding of ambitious new projects, as well as helping to build and support the social licenses required from the local communities impacted by such developments. The ability to quickly and efficiently share the site-specific insights and situational intelligence our platform allows helps the asset owner to cast the net wider in terms of finding the right partners, local, national, and international, with the best innovative solutions to deliver the best results for all stakeholders. We built Reality Check for you so we can be part of your solution and so you can show your stakeholders what a responsible mining operation looks like. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, John. That was great. This is a really brilliant technology. I could think of lots of applications as well in other areas like real estate, but that's probably a conversation for another day. So moving on swiftly, next we have Tom, who is coming to us from Micromine. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tim. Bear with me a second while I just share my screen. Okay, let's just get a few things down. Let's just open up my presentation. So hopefully you guys should all be able to see my presentation. Perfect. Okay. Hi guys and welcome. My name is Tom Patelli and I am a product specialist at Micromine. We are a technology provider. In a nutshell, we are a mine planning, a mine design, and mine operating software company. We have a product for the complete mining ecosystem, ranging from our sample management and sample collection products, which is Geobank and Geobank Mobile, moving into the mine design, mine planning, mine scheduling, mine operation product, which is Micromine. And we also have a product for fleet management, mine control, and the tracking of equipment at mine sites, which is our pit run product. Today, I'm going to give you a short overview of what we do as an organization, specifically looking at the general mine planning package, and talking a little bit about how we as a technology provider are trying to integrate new technologies to make sure that our clients are equipped with cutting edge software. So it's no lie that we are currently in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution. We have never been better connected, processing power is cheap, and we have the technology to affect change. But unfortunately, a lot of mines around the world are very slow to adopt new technologies. And often mines can be a snapshot of the period of when they were created. So as a company, we're looking at trying to better integrate software and better integrate technologies into our products to make sure that our miners and explorers around the world are using the correct technologies. So let's just dig into a little bit about why mining has a bit of an adoption problem. Often mining and exploration often are using very antiquated software providers or even using the old-fashioned pen and paper. There are a lot of new technologies out there and new products out there, but miners tend to be a bit hesitant to adopt the latest technologies. And I do speak to a lot of colleagues and I speak to a lot of industry representatives about why this is. And I don't believe that there is one explanation as to why the mining industry comparative against maybe the automotive or the aeronautic industry could be up to 20 years behind in terms of technology adoption. Several factors behind this might include complexity inside. If you think a gold mine and a diamond mine might sound very similar to the layperson, but in terms of modeling such a deposit and the technologies to use that, type of deposit are very extremely different. And this means that any software providers or technology providers do struggle to make a one-size-fits-all product that accurately can help model diamond mines and sort of gold mines. Our industry is very risk averse. I like to use the analogy of your typical car. If you think about the technology that's used in a typical car, and you have a look at the car radio, and often in all the cars you'll see a cassette. A mine is no different. A mine is a snapshot of the time at which it was created. And if you think a mine was built 10, 15 years ago, it was probably a snapshot of that time. And it will be reflect all the technology of that time. And a lot of miners, and particularly managements, will be very risk averse to installing new technology that might upset production or might ultimately upset the production of a producing mine. So mines are very sensitive, and there are a huge amount of equipment providers and technology providers out there. So it's very hard for miners and producers to make well-informed decisions. So I'd like to talk a little bit about how Micromine as a software provider is integrating the latest technologies to make sure that our users are equipped with these technologies and they are able to operate and plan correctly. This is my first example. Unfortunately, with the time of the session, I didn't have all the time to jump into the software and show you all the great products that we offer. So I thought I'd embed a couple of videos so I can talk along at you and can just highlight some of the key functionality within Micromine. So what we're seeing on the screen here is just a quick demonstration of a 3D model of a deposit. In Micromine, we can very effectively and simply bring in data into Micromine, and we can quickly create a block model from this data. This model can help us quantify the amount of material in the particular area, and it can help us make informed decisions whether it's worth investing more money to see whether there is further potential, or if there's potentially not, to walk away from the deposit. We have integrated such technologies such as the Implicit Modeler, which is nothing new to industry. The medical industry has been using the Implicit Modeler for 20 years, but Micromine has had the Implicit Modeler since 2014. For any layperson that isn't aware of the Implicit Modeler will allow you to automatically generate surfaces and solids from any known given points that we may have taken from sample locations, and instantly generate a surface or a solid, whether that be to constrain the vein system of an ore body, or whether we're looking at in a stratiform deposit of the horizon of a coal seam. So that is one of the technologies we're including in our Implicit Modeler. Once we're able to accurately quantify and to model a resource, we have various tools such as block modeling and model interpolation that will allow us to take sample information and to create a block model. Now, the block model forms the basis of our economic evaluation. From this, we can quantify how much material there is potentially in a deposit, and we can make informed decisions of whether that material is economic, and if it is economic, how economic is it? What sort of mine life are we looking at? What potential sort of schedule or life of mine would we potentially be looking at? So let me just run that again. We can then run that that block model through either of our pit optimizer or our stope optimizer. Micromine does operate in both an open pit and underground environment, and we can quantify potential life of mine studies into the optimal pit surface and looking at the value that we can generate from that. And as I already outlined in the introduction, at Micromine, we're not just a mine modeling company. We have various different products, such as our pit RAM products and our scheduling offerings that can help mines operate around the world. So we have a scheduler for both open pit and underground mine environments to allow our clients around the world to effectively model schedules in a Gantt-based way and allow them to operate these schedules with the degree of complexity that is required by the mine. So that might be various different constraints of blending or stockpile constraints, or meet different mill requirements. We can easily handle very complex different types of deposits in a multi-scenario based method. The configuration of such schedules is so easy. It allows our users to apply a multi-different scenario based method where we can look at whether increasing the size of our equipment would lead to a better overall cost, and various different studies like that. So the takeaway message here is, as a technology provider, there is no point collecting data if we don't make a sensible, informed decision of it. The data is our greatest asset, and we are creating that data to make an informed decision. Here at Micromine, we equip our users with the tools to see answers from the data. We particularly now, as we have been for the last 30 years, we are enabling our clients around the world to be able to do more with less. There's a greater social responsibility on our clients around the globe, so it's important that they make informed decisions as fast as possible. Just to say, please feel free to check us out or contact any of the team here. My contact information is at the bottom. My colleague David Rogers for our pit round products, and Syed Sattar is the manager for sales within our EMA region. I would also like to just draw everyone to our website. Today is a massive day for Micromine. We have just released our 2021 product that has basically been in the works for over 3 years. We've got an entirely new interface, and the real cherry on top is we're offering clients a free month subscription to our license to see how good it is. So we're offering anyone that would like to take us up on that offer a 3-month trial on our Micromine software. We've just recently released Micromine 2021, and that's including over 500 new additional features and a totally new interface. If anyone would like to follow up with us, please feel free to use any of my information or contact us via the website. Thanks for your time here today, guys, and I really appreciate you hosting us at this presentation. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and hand back over to Tim. Thank you for your time today, guys.
Sorry about that, guys. You just heard me doing the usual Zoom trick of talking with my mute on. I was just saying congratulations to Tom for launching the new version of software. I'm sure a lot of work went into that, and there'll be great interest in it, I hope. So lastly, on our panel, we have Lacho Kirov, who is an operations manager with Devico in Bulgaria. Please, over to you, Lacho.
Hello, nice to meet you all. First, I would like to thank Jagoda and all the people that organized this conference. It's a pleasure for our company. My name is Lachezar Kirov. I'm operations manager of Devico. I'm based in Sofia, Bulgaria. Basically, I'm responsible for all international directional drilling operations. So here is our presentation. It's quite interactive, you will see. Just a second. Okay. Right. Okay. Devico comes from the word deviation control. It has more than 30 years of experience, founded in 1988. Actually, the founder is from Trondheim, Norway. And this is where the company started. Our mission is, and it has been always, and it's also at the moment, it's to be the leader within directional core drilling borehole survey instruments, and belonging software. What we do, we actually supply directional core drilling services, borehole surveying instrumentation, quite a good range of survey instruments, and data management software. It's for quite a wide range of applications in mining exploration, mining production, development, civil construction, and we do this all over the world, through direct service, sales, rentals, through our global agent network. And the next slide is actually the map with our agents and our we have licensed users. Devico has own companies established in some of the countries. The nearest country is actually Bulgaria. We have a good base in Bulgaria. So you'll see. It's a quite good range. The next slide, it's a video of our history. So you will see who we are, how we have started. So enjoy watching the video.
For thousands of years, men have been searching for gold. Prospectors have traveled the world to dig, pick, and pan for gold. Norway never experienced a gold rush like the Klondike, yet you can find some of the world's best gold explorers here on the outskirts of Trondheim. Nobody can find treasures underground with higher precision than Devico.
We continuously have to drill deeper and deeper into the ground in search for gold, diamonds, and other minerals. Devico's technology is world-leading in steering and controlling exploration boreholes thousands of meters below ground.
Like for the old gold miners, Devico's journey towards success was long and hard. Its founder took a leap of faith and left Sintef to start his own company.
Natural deviation was a big problem in the drilling industry. In 1988, I got the idea to develop a new tool for directional core drilling.
It would take 12 years of relentless work before they struck gold. Devico's new system was a revolution.
Equipment enables both less expensive and more precise exploration drilling.
Extensive and highly efficient exploration drilling which we have performed would not have been possible with Devico.
Devico continues the tradition of the old gold miner. Shovels and pans have been replaced by Norwegian state-of-the-art technology. And the hunt continues across the world.
Okay, right. So one of our product is Devidrill, called Devidrill, Directional Core Drilling barrel. It's a core barrel with steering capability attached to the standard NQR1 drill string. So it's by now it's NQ size. And one of the biggest advantages, it operates under similar parameters as standard core barrels. So comparing, for example, to mud motors, it's a quite good advantage. The speed and everything is really, really good and close to standard core drilling. It recovers 3 meters of core, and the core diameter is in between A and Q, and B, which is 31.5 millimeters. And one of the advantages also controls natural deviations and secures high accuracy. It's good for reduce drilling length, so you can do branching with it. It gives quite good flexibility. Actually, you don't have to move the drill rig. You just do this branching, and like this, you save basically time and money. So also, in most of the holes, we hit the targets within 1% from the target coordinate. And the next slide is also like a video, short video of directional core drilling. So enjoy.
Core drilling is extremely valuable as an exploration method, but certain aspects make it slow and more expensive than necessary. Often, long sections must be drilled before reaching the target formation. In addition, natural deviation can change the drill path and reduce the value of the borehole. With Devico technology, you can complete a drilling program quicker and with higher accuracy than with traditional core drilling methods. Devico technology makes it possible to control borehole deviation and steer the hole accurately towards the target. At the same time, core samples are collected during the steering process. When the first hole is finalized, it can be sidetracked and used again to steer towards a second target. Sidetracking is easily performed by cutting straight in a curved section of the first hole. By using this method, no wedges or cement plugs are necessary. Making several branch holes may significantly reduce the length of a drilling program, leading to remarkable savings in both time and money. Devico technology has been used successfully all around the world. Our experience tells us you will be surprised by how easily directional core drilling can be implemented in your drilling program. The quality of your geological information will improve for a fraction of the price and with less impact on the environment.
Okay, thank you. So one of our other aspects are borehole survey instruments. We produce survey instruments. Also, we rent and sell those instruments. So what kind of instruments? Single or multi-shot for single multi-shot surveying, magnetic survey instruments, non-magnetic survey instruments, core orientation instruments, and realignment instrument. This is one of our latest product called DeviGyro. It's actually the smallest non-magnetic survey instrument at the market. It's actually only 25 millimeters in diameter. Can fit in various of running gears. So what is the advantage? High speed, also continuous surveying up to 100 meters per minute, which you can understand could save quite a lot of time while drilling. So repeatable precision operates, it's actually continuous non-magnetic rate gyro system. So it operates from -90 to +90 degrees. There is no limit. And supported a big range of hole sizes from 28 millimeters to 400 millimeters. So at the moment we have produced a few running gear types. It's the running gears are compatible with quite wide range of running gear configurations. It's an ideal solution for mining and civil applications, all kind of. One of the products you can see it's Overshot Express. It's overshot, so it's good for underground, for example. And wheel-based centralizers are from N size to P size. We have RG40 standard running gear. It's a continuous multi-shot with adjustable centralizers. And also we have the slimmest version, RG30. G30s, for example, for manual and feeder surveying. It has titanium housing, which makes it very light, and it's also for blast hose, could be used, injection hose, pivot. So basically that's it about the running gears. And coming soon, the product is ready, just have to be tested and modified a bit. So it's called DeviQuad. It's cloud-based platform where you can immediately upload the surveys and the program will tell you the accuracy, the limits, the geology. Will see in real time all the data from surveys that comes from our instruments. So yeah, it's a very nice product. So basically that's it. We don't have much time for longer presentation, so we made it just shortly. Thank you for your attention.
Great. I think I'm back, and I hope you can hear me. That's fantastic, Lucha. That was very interesting presentation. It's a great technology, actually. I guess ultimately it's all about making more efficient use of resources, whether it's during the exploration process or even making more efficient use of the mineral deposits that you eventually find. Now, I'm keeping an eye out for questions. Jagoda, I don't see any yet. If I'm missing them, then please interrupt me, but otherwise I'll ask a couple of my own, if you don't mind. I think if I can ask, first of all, how do the panelists see the mining industry changing or coping in response to COVID? And ultimately, do you think we'll see a benefit out of this, the challenge, that we're currently facing through the COVID crisis? And maybe, Lucha, since you're already on the screen, I could ask you this question first of all. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's been difficult times since March, I would say. At the moment, actually, we have many projects, but everything just freezes because of this COVID. So the money are there, everything is there, but just all the mines have to close the operations. So about the benefit, probably the benefit could be the rise of the value of the gold and silver. So because of this, probably there always actually there will be need of exploration drilling because of this price. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Now we have this second wave of COVID, but I noticed that probably looks like the things are better, even though numbers it's worse, but the businesses just keep on going, and it's still hard at the moment, but it's going. So I don't know, maybe it had some benefit, as you said, because of increasing the price of gold and silver and all those minerals. Could be for exploration drilling, especially for
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for that. As a resident of Sofia, I can also attest that business is moving. John, if you're still on the line, do you have an observation on this question?
Hi, Tim. Yeah, I'm absolutely still on the line. Yeah, look, I think COVID's an interesting one, isn't it? It's affected all of us, and obviously many sectors beyond ours. I think traditionally, as we all, I think, have to accept, the mining industry has been pretty slow to adopt innovation. We're a very risk-averse industry, rightly so. But I think what we've done, especially, I mean, I'm based in the UK, but as with a lot of the rest of the world, we're in lockdown number 2 here. I think, we've all come to accept that COVID isn't something that we've got to wait out. It's that old adism that life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And I definitely hope that our product is seen as one of the solutions that enable that dance, if you like. there don't need to be excuses to put off investment decisions. There don't need to be excuses to, hold up drilling programs or acquisition opportunities, those sorts of things. We have been able to onboard multiple clients throughout the global pandemic, despite, wide-scale travel restrictions. As I mentioned in my brief presentation, we don't have to send anybody to site to collect this data. Most of it is already being generated by the mine sites themselves, with the exception of the 360-degree videos and photos that we use. And those are collected with a camera the size of your hand that just gets walked around a site, put on a tripod at the various locations you need to showcase, and captured and then uploaded into our cloud, which is incredibly useful, not just for external stakeholder engagement, but also talking to your board of directors or your investment committee about activities that need to take place at site. So in that internal comms role, it's also very critical, and we empower that. And it costs such a small amount of money. I think in the past, these solutions were all big dollar items. Now it's nothing. It's less than a truck tire. So, the solutions are there. It's about everybody else learning, and obviously the innovators in the room, helping them to understand the solutions that are out there.
Yeah. No, thanks very much. I think that's broadly true of many areas where digitalization presents an opportunity, including education and healthcare, as well as mining, of course. What about Tom? Do you have an observation on this?
Yeah, sure. With at Micromine now, things changed overnight for us. We often would be at client sites training and assisting with implementations, and things changed overnight for us. But we've adapted, we've changed, and I do like John's analogy of dancing in the rain. We have been getting on with things, and we've definitely seen a lot of our clients have been stuck at home, and that's been meant that they've had to take different approaches to doing their jobs. Particularly, clients will have a lot of data, a lot of stuff that they've always put off by prioritizing, by being in the field, whereas they've been stuck at home. They've been upskilling. We did a April is free or April was up on us campaign when the lockdown our first round of lockdowns hit. We've been upskilling clients around the world, making sure that they've been current on our skills. We've been providing free software and free training, making sure clients are getting the most out of the product. And there's various stuff that clients no longer need to be on site for. Whereas previously, the environmental footprint of having clients on site has now been downgraded, and we might only need a couple of local representatives collecting data and feeding that back to head office, that can now effectively be remote anywhere in the world, as long as you've got a good, stable internet connection. So we have been adapting with our clients, and we've been meeting the needs of our clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super. I love the idea of having a happy month when people can use your products and services for upskilling. That's brilliant. And that's a great map you've got on the wall behind you as well, by the way. Moving on, maybe I can ask you again, since you're already on the screen, Tom. Do you see any particular challenges or opportunities with deploying smart mining solutions like yours in Southeast Europe, given that this is largely the focus of the conference? Is there anything particular about Southeast Europe that you would see?
I don't particularly believe so. We've been, over the last year, as I mentioned overnight, been changing our training and implementations offerings to a purely web-based format. Now that we've got that year pretty much just under each half a year under our belts, we're fully proficient with meeting the needs of doing most things remotely. There is very little that we now have to do actually physically on site.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much the same business as usual.
Get on. Yeah.
And what about John? Anything that you would remark on, particularly regional aspect of your service?
Yeah, look, I mean, we're absolutely not constrained by geographical boundaries. The only real logistical challenge is, can you get Amazon or Alibaba or another online retailer to deliver a GoPro type camera to the hands of somebody at your mine site. We've built out the online training and resource infrastructure to ensure that a fabulous immersive site visit can be created by yourselves with remote supported reality check and get that done first time round. So, you know, very little in the way of logistics involved. We've made the planning process easy, and really with the morning of having the hardware in your hands, you will know exactly what you're doing in order to go live. Under normal circumstances where there are no travel restrictions, of course, we can provide turnkey solutions and get teams, which we try to source as locally as possible, to your site for you. But you don't need to wait for that to happen. We make it very, very easy for the asset owner or anybody else for that matter that wants to mandate a virtual due diligence process on a site. We make that very, very deliverable, and it's low risk at high impact. So yeah, it's very, very achievable.
Very achievable and transportable. I mean, no particular geographical aspects to think of. Lucho, you have an office in Bulgaria. You've been working in the region. You are Bulgarian. Any observations about doing business in Southeast Europe?
Yes. I could say Eastern Europe is getting better and better every year. It probably basically because of more bigger companies invest in this region, as you see in Serbia, in Bulgaria, in those regions. It wasn't like this, for example, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would say. So because of this, all this new technology, I see that it's coming, and the market, the market develops here. So I would say it's getting better. Probably still not like South America or North America, whatever, but it's getting there. So yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. That's very positive. Come to Southeast Europe is Lucho's message for us. I'm conscious that it's now sort of 4:45, I think, in CET, and people are probably looking forward to winding down for the day. So I don't see any questions coming through on my email. So I think it's a good time to wind up and to pass over to back to Jagoda to finish for the day. Thank you, Jagoda. Thank you, panelists, as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, all panelists. Very interesting panel, fantastic presentation, if I can just say. And yes, Tim, you're right. This was quite of a day. I hope that attendees and all speakers and moderators, everybody are pleased with our program, with the quality of speakers, with our presentations. Before I close down for the first day, let's see one more time the commercials, the second part of our video spots from our sponsors and supporters. Be with us a couple of more minutes yet, please.